Doc Rivers is coaching the NBA Eastern All-Star Game. Hey, that's crazy. Let's get right into the video. So yes, you heard it here, man. Doc Rivers is coaching the East All-Star Game. After only coaching, I believe, 2 games for Milwaukee. He clinched it last week, which is crazy to me. They got to do something with this rule. They got to do something to change that. They got to do something to fix it. There's no way that this man should be coaching the Eastern All-Star Game. He doesn't even want to coach it, but he did come out and say that he was going to give the ring and the bonus money to Adrian Griffin. Dang, I feel that sucks, bro. The fact that he couldn't even experience his first time being able to coach this All-Star Game due to the fact of him being fired. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But shout out to Doc for saying that. It was some speculation that he don't even know if he might go to the game. Like I think I heard last night that him along with the coaches that he brought in, they stated that they weren't going to go to the game. They were going to give it to the Bucks coaching staff that was already, a part of the previous, earlier games this season. So rare W. No, I won't say rare W, but W for Doc Rivers, man. I know he's a likable person for real. He really is a likable person, but that's going to take me right to my next point. I never talked to y'all about them hiring Doc Rivers. Am I happy about it? No, I'm not necessarily happy about it. Yes, he got that championship. He got some, veteran experience. He got experience in general. And like I said, he is well liked around the league by not only his players, his peers. So, you got that going for him. But, man, we all know Doc Rivers' history with the 3-1 leads and the drops and the disappointment that we have seen in the postseason. Now, with Philly, I won't put that all on him because, we know the James Harden situation. Joel Embiid, I don't know what they was doing. They ain't show up, bro. They should have closed that game out. They should have sealed the deal. So I won't give them too hard of a time about that. But they really didn't have another choice, y'all. Who else was they going to get? I don't know. Do you know? Every time I ask somebody, they just say they don't know, but not Doc. They didn't have a choice. So that's my point. So from that standpoint, I get it. Somebody who can come in there and, try to, fix, what they can do, even though with personnel-wise, there's not much you can do because we gave up a lot defensively. That's another thing that the Bucks did. It's not just Drew Holiday. They lost Javon Carter. They lost Grayson Allen. Like, those might seem like a, small piece to the puzzle. Of course, Drew was the big person, the biggest person in the picture that we lost. But those guys were scrappy too, and they gave us something on that end. They did pick up Pat Bev in the trade deadline. I do like the move. Sort of like when they got P.J. Tucker. I mean, everybody was laughing. Everybody had their jokes, but we see how that turned out. So I'm just going to hope Pat Bev can do the same thing. And it's crazy because they both was the same age and stuff like that. Milwaukee couldn't really do much as far as, picks, trades because of their picks. So I'm happy with the Pat Bev situation. That's one of those guys that you don't like him when he's not on your team, but you love him when he is on your team. So I hope he can contribute in some type of fashion. Back to the Doc Rivers point. I think the biggest problem is that maybe they shouldn't have hired Coach Griffin from the beginning because to fire him mid-season like that is not ideal. It's not something that you would like to see. But like I think I said that in my previous videos, but like I said, they really didn't have a choice. And if they felt that they had to get him out of there, and if he lost the locker room like they were saying and the defense was that god-awful, then they really didn't have a choice. Now, I know the Bucks are struggling. This is my last point about the Bucks. Their current state, they are struggling, but I have seen improvements. I watched every game that they played since Doc Rivers. They had a tough schedule. First of all, it was already tough for him to come in when they had a 5-game West Coast road trip. They had to play the Nuggets. They had to play Phoenix. They had to play Portland, which they should have beat them, and there was another couple teams that was in there that they should have won. But I think they're 1-5 now because he had his first home game after being hired like a week and a half ago last night in Milwaukee. But let me point out some facts here because they're not gonna do that. Context matters. That's what I'm all about, man. Hot Dimes TV still. We're bringing that fire and we keeping it 100. They've been injured too. You got a lot going on. Damian Lillard hasn't played the last 4 games. Brook Lopez missed the last 3 or 4 of the 5 games. Chris Middleton, he missed the last 2 games. So it's tough when you have a coaching change and then you got injuries That's the worst thing that can happen. On top of the Bucks having the second hardest remaining schedule. Last time I checked, they had the second hardest remaining schedule, and Phoenix being number one. So all that's not ideal, but I am seeing improvements. I am seeing the communication being a little better. I am seeing them, be able to trust, each other. And as we get guys back, I still got faith in this team, man. Everybody gonna laugh. Everybody can say what they, want and stuff like that. Now, if the playoffs were to start today, do I got faith in them beating like a Boston? Of course not. Forget Boston. I don't even know they can beat the Knicks. Indiana would be a tough task, but I still got faith in the Bucks, especially a player like Giannis. He got that type of mentality. Dame not winning the ring. Hopefully Pat Bev come in here, give us a culture change, and I still got faith in my boys, man. So we gonna see how the rest of this season go. I'll be making some more Bucks videos soon, so y'all know the anthem, man. Bucks in 6.